Hobbyist here, back at it again, and this time I'm returning with the anime and manga reviews. Now, recently I just finished the YorkNew City arc inside of Hunter x Hunter, and my god, this arc was absolutely fantastic. Honestly, probably through and through. If you don't remember back what I talked about in my Heaven's Arena arc. But if I'm being totally honest, the Phantom Troop were probably the most interesting group of this entire arc. There was a whole bunch of different things that happened inside of here, from the Requiem that Crollo played, from what it meant taking the Nen abilities of prophecy and who was going to be prophesized to die. Honestly, that was probably very interesting and just made me love Hunter x Hunter even more, was just the full-on extension of what Nen abilities can possibly be. It's almost, in a sense, reminds me of JoJo's Stands, as poor in taste as a comparison as that might be, but because it has that same level of creativity and diversity, even if there's more quote-unquote structure inside the Nen system in comparison to the Stand system that's in JoJo's, it's still very unique and cool to watch. Especially the first time that Crollo fights the Zoldyck family, specifically Killua's father and grandfather. Honestly, that was probably my favorite fight in the entire arc. It's also, as it shouldn't come as any surprise, that Hunter x Hunter has its levels of brutality inside of it in comparison to what is typically for a shonen, I should say. Especially that scene in the auction to where I'm not remembering his name off the top of my brain, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The Frankenstein-looking guy with the machine gun fingers, where he just lights up the whole place of criminals. It was absolutely crazy. But I can't talk about the YorkNew City arc and not mention the arc that Kurapika was going on throughout his vengeance of getting all the eyes for his clan. Now, honestly, this is the first time surprise that I didn't know that Kurapika was wearing contacts the whole time, and he was hiding his scarlet eyes. That was a bit of a surprise to me. But honestly, this whole arc that they're going through, to where Kurapika finds out that the Phantom Troop is involved, in this whole vengeance quest that he goes on, then he goes so far as to tie his Nen abilities specifically to the Phantom Troop, was honestly just pretty wild. I wasn't sure if Kurapika was going to die or not, specifically because he chose to make that pact. But Uvo dying at the hands of Kurapika, that fight was absolutely crazy, because Uvo just gets to be built up to be this monster of a threat, who's an enhancer type like Gon when it comes to Nen abilities. But it's crazy how outmatched he was in comparison to Kurapika, and just how buried he got. And there was just this sense of camaraderie and almost this familial dynamic that the Phantom Troop members had with one another when it came to getting that revenge on Kurapika, because that was just a whole other part within of itself. And even though I've taken this long to come out with this review, it's probably one of the few arcs inside of my brain, inside of Hunter x Hunter, that's kind of stuck around with me. So that's gotta be worth something. But yeah, I gotta be totally honest, man. This arc was absolutely crazy. It really was. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Is there any other particular highlights? Do you have a favorite fight? I had plenty of favorites, but I want to hear what you guys think. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.